Welcome back, guys, to yet another episode in the WoW Token Challenge. Today, we are doing much of the same thing that we have been doing in the previous episodes, and trust me, it is not going to stop anytime soon. We have been actually getting a decent amount of sales, which you'll see later in the episode, but before I get into a lot of the considerations that I've made and some of the updates that I have for you guys, please make sure that you join this giveaway for this particular episode. As always, we are doing 2 months of game time being given away to you guys, and all you have to do is like the video and then type a comment down below about something that you are currently enjoying in World of Warcraft. Now, in the last episode, I did actually ask you guys whether or not you like Mr. Pandaria, you're excited for that. So if you're excited for that, I'd love to hear about it. Or if you're doing something else in the game right now, you know, completing some content in the War Within, or doing some old collection type ordeal, you know, we still have the collector's bounty event going on, or maybe you're preparing for 11.2 or the new expansion coming probably early next year, because we do have the expansion announcement and the reveal just next month. Can you guys believe that? For midnight we're gonna see a cinematic. I'm excited anyway. But another thing I wanted to mention to you guys, I do have currently a Sha-infused pack epic thing giveaway. It's currently going on over on the the community section on this channel. So all you have to do is go on the channel and then click on posts, and you'll see on my channel that there is a post about that particular giveaway. So if you're, you know, excited for Mob Classic, then you should probably go check that out. If not, it's okay. And I do also want to say that particular giveaway is only for EU, because it is something that I have received directly from Blizzard as a WoW partner. So just keep that in mind. But before I show you guys some of, well, the updates and also some of the considerations I've made for Ashenvale in particular, I do have a little bit of something to show you guys on the secondary alt. Because every episode, I give you guys an update on how that particular character is doing. So let's go straight to that right now. So I just had to check the auction house for you guys real quick. We actually have another 2K coming in from some wolf claw gloves right there. But in the mailbox, we have 10,704 gold. And as you can see, it actually has been a little bit since we've been on this character, but you can see a good amount of this stuff is actually pretty low valued. I mean, we do have one double link tunic here for 948, and we do have a looming gavel here for 1500 and a starfaller for almost 900. But all these other pieces are a couple hundred. You know, we got some that are close to 500 here, but it's smaller value stuff. Grizzly gloves 661, and I mean, you know, this is from posting one time every day or maybe every other day. So we take those as leftover mogs. And we still have quite a lot on this character that we need to sell. And I'll actually go and show you guys real quick, because we have made it to 33,000 on this secondary alt, which is pretty cool. But on the auction house, from leftover items from the Barons, we still have 509 pieces of transmog. And there's still, you know, a good amount of decently valued stuff. And this is only going to grow as we, you know, venture on to future zones. But anyway, that's the update right now for the secondary alt. So let's get straight back to the challenge tune. So we're on the tune. We're right next to the auction house here, and I want to show you guys the slash played. And right now it is at 14 days, 17 hours, and 43 minutes. So it has almost been a full 24 hours. I think it's like 22 in game since the last episode. So we have put a good amount of hours in here, and I would say that the progress that we have made so far is pretty good. And we do have some sales here in the auction house, but we're just going to throw those towards the next episode. But as you can see, we still have quite a lot of stuff on here in terms of good value. And somehow we still have not reached the end of the loot table in BFD, because that's another thing that I wanted to show you guys. We are up to 753 runs, and as far as I remember, we were at like 666 or 667 the last episode, something like that. We've done quite a lot of runs when it comes to BFD, and that's only going to continue. But I want to show you guys the mailbox here. And this is, of course, a little bit of a shorter episode, but that's just going to happen because if I don't really have any new farms or anything new to show you guys, I don't want to just show dungeon runs over and over and over again just to fill the episode up. So I'm going to show you guys the updates and what we have, every time that there's something that is interesting, and that's how it's going to go. So far, in our little bit of a mailbox here, what I do, in case you missed it, is if anything is under 10 gold or if it's silver, I just go ahead and loot it, just so we don't fill up the the mailbox with a bunch of like super low value stuff, because sometimes people buy some of these materials in very small portions. So just to make a little bit more space, that is what I do. But as you can see, we do have a lot of different, the materials that we get: the large brilliant shards, the medium leathers, the cloths, the moss agates, the pearls, the turtle meats, the greater eternal essences, of course, from disenchanting. And then there's also transmog sprinkled through. You can see right there, 661, 409, 169. I mean, pretty good. And then we also have, as you can see, quite a lot more. There's a couple of transmog pieces sprinkled throughout here. You can also see there's some really small ones, which I'm surprised I probably just missed them being this low, because I would have probably disenchanted them at this point. But right next to it, you can see we have a long list here. Somebody came in and cleared out a good amount of transmog. You can see the Crested Scepter. This is one of the blues for 9,500. I'm pretty happy with that. We still have 2 of them. So getting one sold for 9,500 gold is absolutely amazing. We have a Sentry Sash here for 950, a Grunt's Belt for 380. And then you can see here close to 500 gold pieces, a couple that are just under 400 gold, a bunch of different transmog, and we will absolutely take it. And then we go further down. As you can see, there's some more materials. And then we do have a Slayer's Cape here for 1,700 and a Pagan's Vest for just under 1,000. Another pattern, and then another 2-handed sword, the Polished Zweihänder. We got that as well. And then, yeah, that's about it. I mean, we do have some more material. As you can see, we have a lot of materials here. The large brilliant shards, 1,241 of these. 416 greater eternal essences, some slimy murloc scales. So good amount of stuff. 38,206, and the rest of the mails that are in here are also gold as far as I remember. So it does bring our gold over 100,000, which is awesome to see. I'm going to go ahead and do that. As you can see right here, we do have a Staff of the Friar being sold. And in case you didn't see it on the auction house, we have 6 of these. This is also one of the rarer blues, which we've gotten an astronomical amount of duplicates on. So being able to sell one of them for, I think this was 4,000, but getting 3,800 after the auction house cut is amazing. You see there's another Slayer's Cape here for 1,900. So we actually been able to sell 2 of these. And then there's some other transmog pieces: Sanguine Cuff, Sanguine Mantle, Ritual Tunic, and the Green Weave Robe. So actually, as you can see right here as well, Feral Shoulder Pads, Outrunner's Chest Guard, Mystic Shoulder Pads, Warpaint Shoulder Pads. These are actually white quality pieces. And you can see all of these right here: Outrunner Shield, Spike Chain Shield, Hulking Gauntlets, Hulking Bands. There's a lot of transmog in this clean out. You can see we get another 11,000 gold here. So that's close to 50,000 gold in total. Pretty awesome. We've made it up to 141,489 gold in total. And as I'll just show you guys again, the WoW token has been pretty much steadying and averaging out at about 400k, which is ridiculously high. It's not like, if you compare it to the previous tokens that we've bought for completion of Durotar and of course the Barons, that was about 360 or 370, so it's not that crazy. But this has been peaking at 450k, 470k, which is absolutely disgusting. And the closer we get to season 2 releasing, this has a chance to go down. But depending on timings and how much time we get to spend on this particular challenge, it might be very, very hard to reach this particular goal for the token. But I'm pretty happy with the progress that we have made so far. This zone, I think, just from numbers so far in terms of our gold per hour, I definitely think that this will take longer than the Barons. It's not going to take longer than Duratar, but it will take longer than the Barons, just because of how low the consistent gold is. In terms of the materials, because what I did do is I explored some of the open world options in terms of farms and whatnot and leather options, and we can't really get more consistent rock gold than maybe 1,000 or 2,000 gold outside of the dungeon. So I don't really see that being worth the energy or the effort, just because I actually really enjoy running the dungeon. So doing something in the open world and lowering the chances for getting the whole loot table in Black Fathom Deeps is not really something that I'm interested in. So for now, we're just going to keep full sending the dungeon because it's a good time so far. So we'll see how long this ends up taking. I will also say that we are nearing the end of where I have some time off. So the episodes might be a little, the time between the episodes might change a little bit, just so you guys are aware. I wanted to mention that as well. But I hope you guys enjoyed this little update. I know that it's pretty much just me showing my gold and how much time that we've been spending, but that is going to happen in some of these zones. You know, some of these zones are not going to have too many options for what we can do. And again, I want to mention, after we actually complete Ashenvale, we will be opening up for boats, zeppelins, and portals. So once we get closer to the end of Ashenvale, I'll start a poll or some sort of option. Yeah, I'll probably also ask you guys to type it down in the comments. Actually, if you're watching at this point right now, if you were to pick a zone for me to go to, and this is considering the boats that we can get from Ratchet, from Ogrimmar, and the Zeppelins, and the portals, and then all the bordering, what do you call it? All the bordering zones to Ashenvale, and to Barrens, and to Duratar. So whichever zone that you can get to with boats, Zeppelin, or a portal from the zones that we currently have unlocked, talk to me. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. I'm not doing any official voting just yet because I want to get a little bit closer to actually reaching the goal and completing Ashenvale before we make any final decisions on that. But thank you guys so much for watching along in this challenge. It is always a pleasure to make this for you guys. So, as always, I'll see you on the next one.